Dear brothers and sisters of our beloved community, I am Father Abraham Orapankal. When I was asked to give you an Easter message, my first thought was, can I really say Happy Easter? Will it sound empty or meaningless in our present crisis? Everyone is under stress, fear, and anxiety. We know some of the people who have died. Just recently only, we watched the sad funeral of our own brother Tangachan Inchanate. Some of our own community members working in the front lines are infected, and their family members also. My own assistant priest was tested positive for COVID 19 and he is in quarantine. Naturally, I myself was under isolation and observation for 2 weeks, and thankfully, I do not have any symptoms so far. In this situation, it is only natural if some people will wonder if we can really celebrate a happy Easter. For me, the answer is yes. Why do I say so? Two reasons. First, yesterday I smiled as I read a report that in some countries, jobs currently considered essential during this coronavirus lockdown include doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, and the Easter Bunny. No, I'm not joking. New Zealand and Canada have declared that Easter Bunny is classed as an essential worker. I did not see any such declaration in the USA, but the Easter Bunny has been spotted in Ohio, making the rounds from a safe distance. Why so? Nations are looking for a way to bring joy, cheer, and hope to people living in the darkness of fear of this pandemic. Yes, we are living in very uncertain times. But in these uncertain times, how wonderful that we Christians can celebrate something that is very certain, the resurrection of Jesus and the blessings of joy and hope he brings. Of course, a skeptic can ask me, how can you be so sure of the resurrection itself? My answer is this: go to the tombs of any of the founders of the great world religions and take a roll call. Muhammad, here. Moses, here. Buddha, here. Confucius, here. Jesus Christ. No answer, because he is not there. The tomb is empty. This is the one fundamental difference that sets Christianity forever apart from every other religious system. This one fact gives us the reassurance that we can today celebrate Easter because it gives us joy and hope. And my second reason is this: Easter is a feast of surprise, a surprise that brings joy and hope. Nobody expected Jesus to rise from the dead. Not the crowd who followed him, not the enemies who crucified him, not even his closest disciples, to whom he had predicted a couple of times that he would rise again on the third day. In their mind, it was such an impossibility that when the women told the disciples that Jesus rose from the dead, they thought these women were talking in delirium, as if they were talking nonsense. But they finally believed when Jesus himself appeared to them. It was a total surprise that brought them joy and hope. Aren't we already happily surprised at some of the things that are happening this time? On the one hand, we are sad that we cannot go to church. But on the other hand, aren't we happily surprised that the church is coming into our homes and so we can attend all the important church services from the comfort of our own homes? On the one hand, we cannot visit our family and friends. But on the other hand, aren't we happily surprised that we are more often connected with all of them with a special bonding? On the one hand, it is sad that our schools are closed. But on the other hand, aren't we happily surprised that our children are having remote learning? So, in this way, we can see and count many, many more surprises. Yesterday, a friend of mine told me that she was quite worried about her 90-year-old aunt in Florida. So she called her aunt to find out. She was a healthy and active lady. And this aunt told my friend that she was very busy preparing masks and distributing them to all the residents of the nearby nursing home. Wow! This 90-year-old woman is teaching us that no matter what, we can use our time for something good and productive. We don't need to feel discouraged. Let us be hopeful. Yes, dear friends, that's why I said Easter is a feast of happy surprises. And we can certainly wish each other happy Easter. It brings us the promise of hope and a joyful anticipation that we shall overcome these dark times. Christ's own victory over sin and death is a guarantee for our own liberation from all fears and the pandemic itself. So let us continue all our efforts in cooperating with the directives from our government and the health department. Let us not forget to salute the heroic services of all those who are in the forefront of this war against coronavirus, especially our own community members. Even though it is only natural for us to have fear and anxiety, let us listen to the words of the risen Savior who told the women who went to the tomb. You can find that in Matthew chapter 28, verses 1 to 10. He said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee before me. There they will see me." That is our good news. Jesus, who is risen, is alive with us. That is why, dear friends, why I sign all my emails with this sentence. Let us keep taking all precautions and keep praying, because even though we do not know what the future holds for us, the good news is that we know who is holding our future, and that is Jesus Christ, the one who is resurrected. So, dear friends, happy Easter blessings to you all.